So right in front of the Louvre, you have the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel, and this was built in 1806, commissioned by none other than Napoleon Bonaparte to celebrate war victories. This is the smaller of the two Arc de Triomphes, and this one you can identify that it's different because it has this statue on top of the Arc de Triomphe. Also, it's much, much smaller than the other one that we'll study here in a little bit later on. So there is this line that runs down the middle of Paris, and Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel is a part of that line. There's also l'Obélisque, which we'll study here in a few, the Louvre, which we just talked about, the large Arc de Triomphe, and then Arche de la Défense, which is kind of out in the suburbs. And all of those monuments are in a line um, called Le Grand Axe de Paris, or the Big Axis of Paris. And it's just, if you look at it on a clear day, you can actually see nearly from one end of the monuments all the way to the other on that axis. So the statue on top, like I said, distinguishes the difference between the two Arc de Triomphe. Like I said, this one is Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel, and I remember that because I think of a carousel having horses on it, and lo and behold, this Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel has horses on top. Originally, there was another sculpture on top that looked exactly like this one, that had been taken from Venice, Italy, when Napoleon was building his empire. But when his empire collapsed, the sculpture had to be returned, and so these replicas were built in 1828. And it is supposed to again celebrate a war victory. The statues on either side, these winged figures here, their names are Victory and Peace, and they commemorate both sides of the Napoleonic Empire.